I don't think the Wynn Resorts people understand the economy that we're living in. A major hotel is going to be opening soon in Las Vegas, one of the last big holdouts that you guys will be very happy to hear. And we have a special announcement about the housing market in Vegas. And by the way, that's not bad news either. We have a good news video, but the Wynn is trying to put a damper on all of it. Let's talk about that right now. What's going on, everybody? My name is Steven and I am not leaving Las Vegas. I'm a Vegas blogger, and I hope during this video, if this serves you well, you do me some favors. They don't cost you a penny. They help the channel. You would like, share, subscribe, hit that all bell notifications. And why should you do that? Well, that's simple. You'll know when I go live, either on the strip or like tonight in my studio because of the massive windstorm we're gonna have. You know when I do my highly edited videos. You know when I go ahead and post new content on my stories on the YouTube. And if you guys want to further support the channel, you go over to Patreon and you sign up there. And you can see my 5-minute exclusive video that I'll be putting up where I walked around the strip last night, checked out some stuff and shared some memories of how long I've been on the strip, how different it is. That's also on the YouTube channel memberships. So you have options there to support the channel. Some of them cost, some of them don't. If you guys want to support the channel, head on over to vegasfacemask.com. These are the only 2 that you'll ever need. You got to wear a mask. Pandemic's not going anywhere. 2 for $25. This one's called Tiger King. My wife makes them right here in Vegas. They're 100% handmade just by her. She's the only one touching them. Don't got to worry about these puppies. All right, but that being said, I want to know what your thoughts on the Wynn Resort are right now. Do you agree with, disagree with my analysis? And I'll ask you that one more time. You see, the Wynn came out and they said, guess what? October was great for us. We're the most profitable, fully integrated property in Las Vegas. But that doesn't mean they're turning the biggest profit. That just means that they're set up to be the most profitable. And you know what? It was great in October, but November and December, it's going to be a bad time. And I'm just thinking to myself, what are you talking about, Wynn? You guys have been so wrong, in my opinion. This is my analysis. Hey, Wynn people, I know you're not watching this video, but if you are, why don't you reach out to me? My email's in the link description below and talk to me about what you're doing over there. Because here's the thing. I'm not going to get too negative here, but you guys don't understand over at the Wynn what this market is all about. You see, they're coming to a house party wanting to drink expensive champagne, while the house party can only afford $1 PBRs, Pabst Blue Ribbons. They're working in a marketplace right now where there is no high rollers for the most part. Now, you yourself might be a high roller and you might come to Las Vegas, but let's be honest here. The big gamers from China and from Japan and from South America and from all over the world who would come to Las Vegas, stay at the Wynn, rent out a $3,000 cabana, go to XS nightclub and have $2,500 table service, they're simply not here. Yeah, this is not like 2008 where at least people could travel and some people had money. No. This is 2020. This is a time when the market is suppressed, international travel is shut down, but everybody else seems to be doing okay all around you. Now, mind you, they're not doing as well as they'd like, but if you have major companies that are opening up a property, which we'll get to in a minute, I'll talk about that in a sec. Then if you have properties that are opening up new properties for the last part of the year, what are you talking about, Wynn? So the Wynn has been making a series of, in my opinion, questionable, very strange decisions. From back in March when they launched their whole 28-page ridiculousness plan. Remember the analogy I used? I said, when you get an iPhone, it doesn't have an instruction manual, but if you get the most complicated machinery in the world, it comes with a phone book as an instruction manual. That's what they did. They gave us the phone book, scared people off. You know, from the Wynn opening up their buffet to something that nobody ever wanted, to closing the show Revs, now they have no entertainment, you know, to them lowering their room rates to be competitive in the marketplace, which was a good thing, mind you, to the point where now we had people in the property that they didn't like, security that was lacking. Let's be honest, this was a security lack on the side of the Wynn, in my opinion. In my opinion, Wynn, keep saying, you know, I keep saying my opinion. This is analysis and it's editorial. To closing the Encore during the middle of the week, and not just closing the hotels like we have the Park MGM and the Planet Hollywood and the Palazzo doing, closing the property, putting a big giant comical sized padlock, I imagine, on the front of the door from Mondays through Thursdays. Now, the Wynn is just not seeing things the way the rest of the world is. They're looking for their market and they just can't find it right now, which is completely unfortunate. They feel like they can't lower the prices of their rooms. They're suing 20 people who were involved in a fistfight brawl so they can protect their brand reputation and show people that the Wynn is still a preeminent premier property, which it totally is. But the Wynn doesn't see things the rest of the way the world sees it right now. You see, because the rest of Las Vegas sees things as slightly positive. I imagine. I mean, look, the big hotel news that's opening is the Rio. The Rio has announced that they'll be opening before the end of the year. The MGM Resorts International people have their properties all open and up and running, every single one of them. And the Park MGM's hotel is closed, but the Nomad Resort is open full-time during the week. The Park MGM opens on the weekends, but they haven't gone so far as to close the entire properties and padlock the doors. That's something that the Encore decided to do. And there's another thing that the Wynn seems to be missing. They seem to be missing the fact that people are still going to travel. They're still going to come to Las Vegas. And even though you don't have your convention people, and even though it's an unconventional type of, see what I did there? An unconventional type of time for people to travel right now, people have been pent up. Our unemployment numbers in Las Vegas are bad, but most of the country has gone from somewhere around 14% to 7% unemployment. So there is definitely people that want to come to Las Vegas. You don't have your market, but you're telling everybody that it's going to be bad. What they're really doing at this point, on the last note, is they're setting up their shareholders for when they come out with their earnings months from now, and they're setting them up to be prepared for bad news. The companies do this all the time. Meanwhile, as I mentioned, you have the Rio opening off the Strip. This is an off-strip property. That's why I don't agree with the Wynn and the Encore people telling everybody it's going to be so bad. I just don't get it. No, the Rio is opening up sometime before the end of the year. This was the announcement. There was no hard date given, but that's okay too. Penn and Teller is at the Rio. All these shows are coming back. Remember when I told you how Wynn got rid of the Le Rev show and they don't have the show anymore? Yeah, but all the other shows are coming back. So people that are not the Wynn Resorts people are actually confident in Las Vegas coming back and providing entertainment for the guests and having places for them to stay. So much so that they are opening the Rio, which isn't even on the Strip. Now, they do pay rent on that property. They're part of a real estate investment trust, having sold the actual land and the property last year. They are tenants in that building, and so they do have motivation extra there to actually open up. But the Rio opening is good news. Next up, we have to look at the Palms, but that'll be another topic for another video, so be sure to subscribe. And if you don't think that the Wynn and the Encore see it the same way as everybody else, sound off in the comments below. But if everybody else is kind of running and everything is doing well out here, what about housing? See, we are all worried about the housing moratorium. We had our evictions coming up. We had people defaulting on loans. Do you remember 6 months ago? It's going to be a meltdown. Vegas properties are going to be selling for pennies on the dollar. Hasn't happened yet. As a matter of fact, the Greater Las Vegas Association of Realtors reporting that the median price of homes has actually moved up again for the 5th time in a row, 5 months in a row of growth. Median price of a home here now, $340,000. Now, I talk to realtors, and I have a realtor friend. His website is joshsellsvegas.com. If you're looking for a realtor, you go ahead and look him up. He doesn't pay me for that. Just make sure you tell him that he comes from me so he knows that I'm helping a buddy out. He tells me that when you look at the bank information through the actual foreclosure, the banks report these things. They report foreclosure numbers or notes that have gone out saying you're in pre-foreclosures. That's not happening right now. What's happening right now is that interest rates are super low, which means that if you get a loan, it's a very, very low interest rate right now. It means that people can afford to buy houses, even if they have not destroyed their credit. It means that there's tons of government programs out there to assist first-time buyers. It also means that there's people that are leaving California, trying to get a new life and start over in Las Vegas. Are you one of them? Are you coming into Las Vegas to start over? It means that the houses that are out here are selling pretty quickly. The time on the market a few months ago was 30 days. I've had realtors through work where I do advertising and work with a lot of realtors tell me that it's been somewhere in the area of 2 days in some cases. They can't keep houses on the market fast enough. So there are good news items out there. The Rio opening, the housing being better than it has been ever. I think we've posted just nothing but tremendous gains in the last 5 months. But then we have the bad news from the Wynn and the Encore. But when you consider the Wynn and the Encore, whether or not we're living in their kind of marketplace, yeah, you got to take a look at it that way. So question for you is, are you traveling this season in the fall? Are you coming to Vegas in November and December when you usually wouldn't? They're going to be offering some great rooms and some great rates, I'm sure. The entertainment is coming back. Wear your mask while you're in town. You know, hand sanitize yourself to death. I can't wait for 150 years from now when we're all immune to everything because all of the viruses are immune to us because we hand sanitize so much around 2020. But you know what? I won't be around for that, and I'm sure we'll have all sorts of science to take care of that in the future when we create super germs. But you know what? C19, it's a super germ. Don't get it if you come here. If you do come here, wear your mask, try to socially distance, and have a good time in Las Vegas. And I guess that's the point of this video. So that's my video for today. I'm Steven. I am not leaving Las Vegas. I'm a Vegas blogger. Hopefully you've liked, shared, subscribed, hit the bell for the notifications. I'll be at home tonight doing a live stream from the studio because the forecast is looking at a 30-mile-an-hour wind gusts at 7 o'clock, and I don't think that that's cohesive to doing a live stream, and you know it's not. So we'll be at home tonight, try to get back on the strip tomorrow or downtown. If you guys want to support the channel further, VegasFaceMask.com has got everything you need. 2 for $25. If you hate masks, hey, buy some for a gift for a friend. Don't really matter. Also, check us out on Facebook, the Not Leaving Las Vegas group. Now's the time of the video where I say, I've done this video 4 times today. I don't know why. I miss my call to action. I don't say, what do you think about this? Leave us a comment below. Or I screw up and I flub. I'm happy I got through it. But now's the time of the video where I really do say, I get close to the camera and I say 3, 2, 1, click. Are you ready? So 3, 2, 1, and click.